Good afternoon. Today we're going to talk about Kay Hatch and Jimmy Lodato. As promised, we are talking about all the candidates, and I just want to say that our opinions are our own. We don't speak for anybody else but ourselves. Okay, so now it seems to me that when Jimmy says anything great about the governor, it only has to do with Hernando getting money or medical marijuana. Jimmy has went silent on the porn books and HB 1557. The last time I looked at that book, it was still available on 419 in Fox Chapel Middle School. I've recently found out in the last couple days that they did remove it. He wants to hire medical marijuana patients for the school district. Now, I'm going to have to disagree with that, and I'm going to tell you why. I am for medical marijuana. I am for marijuana actually being recreational. I have a card myself.
So do I.
With that being said, I certainly do not think that anybody that is on medical marijuana should work around children and absolutely not drive the bus. But I also don't think that they should be able to drink alcohol or take opioid pills and work in the school district around children and definitely not drive the bus. Now, that's just my opinion. I think everybody has a different tolerance, and I can't see people smoking weed or taking it in any other form at school.
Seriously, you don't know if that person behind the wheel is high. You have no idea. Hey, it's all good if you need to smoke weed. Believe me, I've been smoking it myself. But still, I'm retired and I'm not around children on a regular on any basis, really. And there's no reason, for other children to be exposed if somebody's too high and unable to have quick reflexes. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Next thing about Jimmy that concerns me is that he is on the regular having the meetings before the meetings at the school board. Okay, and he also on the regular has meetings with the Plastic Patriots to plan what they're going to do at the school board. So for all of those reasons, he's not a candidate for me. But also at the last meeting, he is already carrying on and profusely about the half-cent sales tax that they're going to impose on us again. So that's all I got to say about him. Got anything else?
Yeah, the last time I saw Monty, Monty used the slogan, Monty cares. Well, Monty really does care, and the fact that he laughed in his face just shows how much of a mockery he really makes when he's about people that are not in his ballpark, so to speak. I just think it was kind of ridiculous.
Well, I just thought it was funny.
It was very childish.
All right, moving on to Kay Hatch.
Let's move on. So I get a friend request on my Facebook from somebody named YRAG, which is Gary spelled backwards, I guess, NEHCES. And I was like, what the heck is this? I go in there and check. Lo and behold, I find the Hernando Pride group. I see Kay Hatch's name in the friends list. And I'm like, wow, I guess I must have hit a nerve here.
Well, we also posted on Facebook about the pornographic books being located into the school libraries, and this guy, Backwards Gary, I don't know how to say his name.
I'm
not calling him Backwards Gary because that's how it's spelled. He wrote, oh, wow, where do I sign up? You'll see a screenshot of it. So, I don't know. Is he a pedophile or what? But he was on the friends list of the Hernando Pride page, which, okay, so what, he's gay, but by saying that made him sound like a pedophile. Kay Hatch is also on Hernando Pride. That page is now gone, so that's all gone now, but we had screenshots because we did this a couple months ago.
Oh, yeah.
When I went back to recheck everything just before we got on here to say anything, it's all zipped up. So we're either blocked or whatever from all of that because they don't want us snooping around into it, which makes me even more suspicious.
Well, we already did our
yeah, but we did it a long time ago, so it didn't matter. Mm-hmm. So now, being that she's friends with the gay pride people, and again, I don't have any problems with that, but
me neither.
When you're friends with that, and these people, like this Backwards Gary guy, is attacking all of us over something as simple as talking to 5-year-olds about sex, then I got to think that you're in line with thinking like them. Now, that must be an assumption, but again, you're not addressing any of the issues, so I'm going to assume that you're in line with them.
Yeah.
The next big problem is all of the bullying that's going on in West Hernando and the other crap. You had the man come in there the last 2 meetings carrying on and said nobody even called him. Said that some kid came into the principal's office and was going to put a cap in somebody's ass. Okay, who's going to deal with that? All right, the other woman from 2 meetings ago, same thing. Her 7th grade daughter is failing and she's a good student. So she shadowed her at school one day. The bathrooms don't have any locks on it. The graffiti was disgusting. There was no soap, no toilet paper, and nobody in the school could control their class. What the hell's going on over there? Now that's in Kay's district. Okay, so what the hell? Did you also know that there is a 6th grader at West Hernando that's pregnant? How's that grab you?
Yeah, wow.
Well, that's all I've got to say.
I think you said it pretty good.
More will be coming.
Oh, yeah. The best is yet to come.
Have a nice day, y'all.
Ciao.
One thing I noticed tonight, you forgot the Lord's Prayer. What happened to God? You taking vacation today?
Oh, thank you. Monty listens. Monty cares.
I have a problem with this new oil policy, and I wanted to just address it if you don't mind. You know, when you look at roadblocks that are placed in front of you and you see employees that are stopped from, having their own basic rights. For instance, we have employees who can't smoke inside the building, and I understand that. But when you put a rule together that they can't smoke on outside property, that they can't smoke in their own car, it just makes no sense to me, especially when we have a situation where we need people to come in and be employed by our school district. And I am sure there are some who say, well, it's such a strict smoking policy that, I don't want to come over here because I can't go anywhere to smoke. I mean, there's no specified area. And there are people out there who are doing it, but according to what you have here in Neola, they're violating it. And so they're violating the law. What is that, a fireable offense? I don't know. But what I'm getting at is I think we need to change some of our policies. And there's a few other things I want to discuss with you. And it's defining about bereavement, thing that's involved in it. And a lot of the patients get hooked on these drugs. But yet, and the person is not, say, driving a bus or something that is in danger. I've explained to people about medical marijuana. And I have a wife who had cancer and almost died twice. And she was subjected to all these pills that she had to take. And the pills were all these medical pills, and there's opioids and everything that's involved in it. And a lot of the patients get hooked on these drugs. But yet, medical marijuana helps. And so if there's a person or a doctor that prescribes medical marijuana, and the person is not, say, driving a bus or something that is endangering our children, but it's working as an employee, why can't they have that liberty? Why can't they keep the pain from being so intense? And unless you've been around someone who's had that, I don't think you'll understand it. But, we sit here and we talk about the federal government, of course, says you can't do it. But our governor said you could. Our governor signed a bill that said medical marijuana was legal. And so here we are. And I see 3 things on there that kind of bother me, because a person, could get tested and then they're fired and then they can't come back to work or reapply for a year. I mean, does that make sense to you? I don't know. Maybe it just makes no sense to me, and I'm an old guy, but we have liberties in this country.
Hello, board. How you doing, John? How you doing, Jimmy? I'm here to talk about the bus situation, because it's really getting out of hand now. I'm late every morning because I got to drive my daughter to school, because if she's waiting on the bus, it could be 10 o'clock before it gets there. This is getting ridiculous. I got to go pick her up from school because she's like, it's 6 o'clock and I'm still waiting for a bus. Come on. We can do better than this. Maybe if you weren't, limiting who you can hire, and people that are medically prescribed marijuana could get a job driving a bus, that would be wonderful, because we got them tweaked out on painkillers, Xanax, and, everything else under the sun. Why not let them have a little bit of a plant that has been proven to not hurt anybody? It's already legal. This is ridiculous. I also do want to address the wonderful governor we have, Ron DeSantis, for passing that bill. I don't think kids in kindergarten to 3rd grade should be learning about why Tommy wants to be Sally or Sally wants to be Steve. I agree with that 100%. If you don't agree with that, I'm sorry. I'm not here to care about your feelings. I'm here to let you know how I feel as a parent. And Can we please get the bullying under control in the schools? And the situation that we're having with that is kids go to report it, nothing gets done. I know this because my daughter's grandfather passed and she was bullied profusely. I told her to go to teachers and report it. She goes to teachers and reports it, nothing happens. But guess what happens if my daughter defends herself and stands up to that bully? She'll get a criminal record. I tell my daughter, you know what? You defend yourself. You give them 2 warnings, and the 3rd time you take care of it and you handle it. And you know what? That's why Daddy got a lawyer. So I'm making sure to document this every time it happens. And when it does happen, I'm going to have my daughter's back.
And that takes
while the bus driver situation was not miraculously getting better, that at that point we had hired 4 drivers. Subsequent to that, one of those drivers resigned, and now today we find ourselves behind in bus drivers again. So I have shared with folks who will listen to me. I can only imagine how frustrating it is to wait and then to